Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be trying out some new product launches. There's some products that I've been so enticed by, like these Rare Beauty contours. I purchased these as soon as I could, as soon as they were available on the Sephora app. So I think this is the product I'm most excited to try today. I also have the YSL blushes, the new Patrick Ta shades, and a few other really fun goodies. So let's get into today's video. I decided to slap on my base beforehand just so that we could get to the exciting stuff quicker. For my base today, I used the E.L.F. Power Grip Primer and the Givenchy Skincare and Glow Foundation in the shade 120. I am going to do concealer on screen because I want to try the Ube Birthday Cake powder with just kind of like a more normal look. Let's see what happens today. Actually, I don't know if today's look is going to be normal or natural. There's a lot of fun colored things. I think I just pulled that out of my crack. All right, pulled that out of nowhere. So for my concealer, I'm using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Dark Spots Concealer Serum. I forget the shade. I think it's 22 something. I'll have it on screen or in the description box down below. This has just been the concealer I've been using the last couple of weeks, so it's a good baseline for the new products. And I've been just taking my foundation brush just to kind of blend it out quicker. This is the Fenty Beauty 145. It's a fun shape. It's a little bit like a teardrop, so it has kind of a point that fits under the eye really well. And with whatever concealer's left from doing all that, I'm just going to pat it in the areas I still see some redness that I want to knock out. Just to make sure I don't have any brush strokes, I'm taking my beauty blender just to tap over those areas. This is that new violet powder Huda Beauty came out with. So I'm just going to take some on my little powder puff, also from Huda. Just going to tap some. Cherry Blossom Cake is definitely better suited for my skin tone, but curiosity killed the cat, you know? I wanted to see, and it's kind of making me look a little bit feverish under my eyes. Okay, so now we're going to try out these new Rare Beauty contours. I purchased two shades because I wasn't really sure, so I got the shades Gentle and Mellow. They're like way bigger than the blush. Maybe I should grab one just so you can see. Here's a little size comparison. I thought they were in the same component, but anyways, here are the shades. So Gentle is this one and Mellow is the other. Both shades may work actually. Let me spread them out a touch. One can serve as a contour and the other a bronzer. I'm going to start with this shade though. I'm trying to assess like the pigmentation level, just in case it's close to the blush. It does seem to be pigmented, but not as severely pigmented as the blush is. I'm going to test the waters here, and I'm taking my Rose Ink No. 3 brush. Oh. I was expecting that to like blend out a little bit more cool toned. It seems to pull a little red in person. This looks way more bronzery than I was picturing. Yeah, I picked up the right shade. I was just making sure. I mean, I do really like the color. It's just not pulling what I was expecting. It's blending out very seamlessly though. Definitely not as pigmented as the blush, which is nice. I do like how it's working out here. It's blending out very much like a serum bronzer would. I know these two products that I'm comparing right now are vastly different from one another, but the blend out felt very similar to the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. And it has kind of like a similar finish to the skin, so I do really like the look. It's like surprisingly serumy. I want to see if there's kind of like a soft shimmer or something in it, or maybe it's just the formula. Now that I'm really pushing it into my skin here, you can see how serumy it actually is. It blended out like this product, just more pigmented on the skin, and this feels like what I was expecting this to feel like. Interesting. So now I have two blush formulas to decide between. I'll show everything I can though. So these are the 4 new shades from Patrick Ta. Really, really pretty, rich shades. I did film a swatching shorts. I'll put a clip here so you can see some of them on my skin. I also swatched them on my arm. And I'll do a few comparisons as well because I'm curious too. So how I swatch these is powder then cream. So we have She Left Me on Red, She Knows Who She Is, She Goes to the Gym, and She's Seductive. The one that kind of disappoints me is actually the red one. I like the cream side, but the powder side is very chalky, very grainy, and there's a lot of like kickback when you tap in the pan. It's the first weird one that I felt. This one's slightly chalky, but the rest feel quite normal. I just swatched some of the previous shades. I left She's Seductive and She Goes to the Gym because there's not really any other similar ones to She Left Me on Red or the other one. Right here, we've got Oh She's Different, which she's not looking that different these days, is she? But Oh She's Different has always been my #1 favorite from all the duos. And then right here, we've got She's Blushing, and then Not Too Much. These are actually quite similar. This one's just more berry mauve, and this is more like reddy, rusty. She's Seductive looks like the cooler version of She's Blushing. And the second blush formula I have is the YSL Make Me Blush Blushes. This PR package I cannot wait to use to decorate for the rest of my life. It's so freaking cute and squishy. It's so cute. I can't believe I have this. I'm like jealous of myself that I have this. I don't realize that it's mine. I did purchase this one in a recent shop with me and try on, and I really liked it. And now I have all of them here. I think these are stunning. This is what I want like all luxury beauty to look like, because it's so much more affordable in comparison to like buying a bag, but you still get like a little piece of luxury that looks so cute. Like look at the detail and the beauty. I think these are just stunning. Had experience with 2 of them now. So this shade right here I've been wearing quite a bit through the holidays. I actually purchased this mid-December and I've been wearing it since, and I wore this yesterday for my bestie's birthday. But I want to film a swatching reels, of course. I think I'm going to be doing that after I film this video. But let's do some arm swatches as well. Some of them have a shimmer to them and some of them are completely matte. So with the ones that are completely matte, no shimmer, I see the true like blurring blush claim happening on my arm right now, but some of them do have that shimmer, so they are naturally going to be a little bit more texture enhancing because of the shimmer. But here they all are. In order, we've got shade 44, 37, 42, 54, 57, and 93. My standouts are still these 2 right here. So the ones with shimmer are this one, and this one. These 3 here are shimmerless. Because I have some more colorful things for eyes, I might keep it super safe with using the cream side of the shade She's Seductive. I do like this color. It's kind of like a perfect everyday kind of tone. And I'm using the new brush. It's the For Face number 6. So it's a dual-ended brush. I'm taking this side right here. I love this type of shape, and I'm going to place it right here. I've been enjoying this placement of blush lately. It was like up here for a while. Right now it's in the center right here where I naturally like blush and get windburn and sunburn and all of that. I think it gives kind of more of a cutesy flushed look. And I know his suggested technique is powder then cream on top. I don't really love that technique because I always end up with like a full face of blush. Like it just always ends up way too much. I prefer using cream, then doing the rest of my face, then adding powder later on. Because I can be super heavy-handed, it just allows me to have way more control over the product. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. And it also happens to be time to be kitten intermission time, so please enjoy. Before I touch the eyes, I'm going to take my KOSAS Cloud Set, and I'm using the shade Feathery. I'm just going to set the super shiny parts here. Also, I do not like the ube powder for like an everyday look. It was awesome for like a lilac inspired look, like my video featuring it for the first time, but I feel like it's making me look tired. Or maybe that's because I am tired always tired, but I feel like it's looking exaggerated. For my eyes, I have the VIEVE Soul Shadows palette in the shade Gilt right here. So it looks like this, just some nice everyday shades. I'm going to use this just to structure an eye look around one of these Half Magic Beauty single eyeshadows because they're insanely beautiful. I did swatch them. This whole video has been a swatch fest. So here are the 5 single shadows I have. Can you guess which shade is my fave? Yes, it's the green. Okay, let's go through these. So this is Electric Butterfly, Swamp Goddess, which also reminds me of Graveyard Girl. Oh my gosh, used to love her in high school. Then we've got Unicorn Core, Mermaculate, and the last shade on the end is Blushing Lizard. I love these names. They're so fun and whimsical. To start, I'm going to grab this shade right here from this palette. And I'm kind of craving like a rounded shape to my eye today. So I want the most height to be right here, kind of like where my brow arches. And I'm blending this with a Smith 232. And I'm just going to really slap this into my crease here. And I'm also going to bring it down over here. And when I want a more rounded look to my eye, I put my brush right at my outer corner like so. And I do generous circles. This way, it just creates the perfect shape here. So there's my base. I'm wiping my brush on a towel. Then I'm taking the other matte shade that's in this palette, this one right here. It's a little bit cooler and deeper. Why did I forget the ER on that one? I don't know. And I'm doing the same thing, just a touch more concentrated with the same brush. And with more, I'm going to pat right on the outer corner, bringing it in over my lashes here, just to fade that in, just for like the classic shadow shape here. Now with a smaller brush, this is a Smith 233. I'm taking that deeper matte shade and I'll drag this all the way across, keeping the most pigmentation just on the outer corner here. And then I'll wipe that brush, take the lighter shade this time, and I'll start in the inner corner and fade out towards the outer. Now I'm going to take that Swamp Goddess shade on my finger. With my finger, ooh, that's so pretty. These are really nice. They have kind of like a creamy texture to them. I can feel like a little bit of a bounce to it. So look at that adhesion. It's like adhering so well to my lid. With just one glitter that fell on my cheek. So you don't have to like pre-dampen your brush if you want to go in with a brush. That's cool. So I'm taking a detail brush just to get into the inner corner here. And what I love about Half Magic Beauty is that their single products come in this compostable packaging. It feels just like an egg carton. So it's super lightweight and you can transfer it into like a metallic palette. Like if you're a beauty enthusiast, I know you have a Z palette laying around, but they also offer one too. Let me zoom out, holy moly. But they also offer one, and I think this one's cool because it has a palette in here. I mean, a mirror, sorry. And you can remove it. I think I'll depot every shade except for the Swamp Goddess one because I feel like I'll want to travel with this one more. And with that brush I was just using to apply the rest of the green, I just wiped it off on my towel again. And now I'm taking the shade Blushing Lizard and I'm gonna pop that on my lower lash line here. But I still like that green one way more. I'm gonna use that green one as my inner corner. And before I touch my lips, I'm going to take some of the powder now with the other side of the brush. And I'm going to hit where I want more intensity. Just wiping off my lip balm, which is this one, the NATURIUM Phyto-Glow Lip Balm, just in clear. And I'm going to line with the shade Cool Spice from MAC. I purchased this right away, right when they launched it. I was so nervous they were going to sell out quick. It just looked like the perfect everyday lip liner for me, and it has been. Mine is a little bit weird though that I got. Look, my little tip is swollen, so I can't even put the cap back on here. It's weird. Such a nice color. I love it. And I think I'll layer just a touch of this shade right here, Acting Natural, which is like a very just nudie color. I'm just going to tap a little bit on, because going with this full on is like pretty intense. I made a short swatching all of the new MAC nudes that they came out with as well. So if you want to see any of those, they're on my shorts tab on my channel. And the final thing I'm going to add to my face today is one of these new glosses from Makeup by Mario. These are the new SuperShine lip glosses. And don't these shades look delightful? They do, don't they? But I was kind of disappointed in these because they all turn out very, very sheer or quite milky on the lips. But yeah, I felt like a little bit catfished by these because these rich tones down here look so up my alley, but they just turn out very, very sheer on the lips. So, which isn't a big deal. Like, I'm such a sucker for a clear sheer gloss. I layer that basically on my lips every day, but why come out with so many shades if they all practically look the same on the lip? Today I'm going to go for the shade Bear, and these have a very pillowy, luscious, like slippy texture on the lip. They feel delightful. I just know for me, long term, I may forget about these and I might just continue reaching for my E.L.F. the Glow Reviver lip oils. But here's that effect on. I know I have a few other lip products, so you can't really tell what it actually looks like, but it just has like a really nice non-sticky, non-gloopy texture, very pillowy, plush, rich feeling on the lips, and you definitely do not need more than one shade. So pick one that you like the color of in the bottle, aesthetic wise, and then you'll be good. It's a good one for layering on top of lip combos like I did today, or on its own if you just want kind of like a sheer glassy lip effect with like a super slight tint. I love how cohesive this look turned out today. All the tones really pair with one another beautifully. I love the eyes. The green sparkle is just so hypnotizing. And this lip combo is so nice for just something just chill, nude, and glossy. As far as some of the new things go, I think I'm most excited for the Rare Beauty contour. This performed really well. I loved how easy it was to blend out. The finish was beautiful, and it's reminiscent of a product I already love and adore so much, but it's just a little bit more intense and pigmented. Another product I'm ecstatic about is the beautiful shimmer I used on my lid. Like, this type of green is something I go towards when I want to funk my makeup up just a little bit. Like, today's look is just really nice and natural, but with the pop of green, it just adds a little interest and a little fun. And the formula was so nice. I really like how it feels moussey and jello-y in the pan, so it really adheres to the lid nice, and it makes it look a little bit more wet in appearance, which is really cool. Really added some ethereal touches to the makeup that I really appreciate. And for the new Patrick Tush shades, I've had a few people ask if they need them, and no, you don't. Of course, if there's a shade that has really caught your eye and you want it, then go for it. That's your own thing. But yeah, they're just really fun shade extensions. The one shade I would be cautious about is the red one. It feels very chalky and grainy and weird. And for the Makeup by Mario glosses, if you're in the market for like a new sheer lip gloss you can throw on every day, this is a good one to try out. It's a really nice texture, feels really nice and suspended on the lips. It doesn't leak. I have been testing these out, and I've had a few in my purse just to see how they wear throughout the day. They have a good wear time for a gloss, but I think that's all I have to say in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I'll have everything I used listed and linked in the description box down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next upload. Bye.